guys, you're in a nutshell with me, Ina. Noong 2015, meron pong na-convict isang scammer, no? Scammer involved in immigration, bringing people specifically from China. Okay. At some point, yung mga reports several years ago called this person the biggest immigration fraudster in Canadian history. Bakit naging biggest immigration fraudster? Well, according to reports, in a span of, teka muna, ilang years nga ba to? In a span of 8 years, kumita raw ito, naghakot ng about 10 million Canadian dollars. Ano ang naging scheme? Ano ang naging modus niya? Gumagawa siya ng mga peking passports. Okay? Gumagawa siya ng fake IDs para makadala ng mga tao from China to Canada. Okay, yan ang nangyari. Now, as I mentioned, 2015 pa siya na-convict at nasentensyahan na makulong. So now, 11 years later, alam nyo ba, ngayon pa lang naabutan ng kamay ng batas ang kanyang mga kliyente na nakinabang sa kanyang operations. Let me put this report up. This is from the Vancouver Sun, published just recently, January 27, 2026. So yung pong immigration consultant na manloloko ay nakabase noon sa Richmond, BC. Yan, very near Vancouver. Okay, sabi dito, clients of fraudulent Richmond immigration consultant Sunny Wang, yan ang kanyang pangalan, being forced to leave Canada. Ang tagal din inaabot, ano? Ang tagal din inaabot. The lives of scores of clients from China who paid for the illegal services of fraudulent immigration consultant Sunny Wang are being upended as Canadian courts determine that many are no longer welcome in the country. So meron po siyang mga naging kliyente, ayan, years ago, no? Nandito for the longest time, nagkaanak na. Diba? Ngayon siguro, ano na rin, malalaki na yung mga anak. Pati sila syempre, apektado ang kanilang buhay dahil ang kanilang parents pinapauwi. Diba? Eh, ganun talaga, no? $10 million in a span of 8 years, no? $10 million, isipin ninyo kung ilang tao kaya ang nadala niya dito with or using fraudulent documents. Okay. Nakasulat dito nga, yung ginagawa, altered Chinese passports, fraudulent activities for hundreds of clients in arguably the largest immigration fraud case in Canadian history. Okay, Wang was sentenced in 2015 to 7 years in jail, tas binigyan din siya ng fine na $900,000 for evading Canadian taxes. So, ang nangyari guys, marami po sa kanyang mga nadala dito, naging PR na rin talaga. Okay, so again, reminder, if you secure your permanent residency through fraud, through misrepresentation po yan, paggamit ng mga peking dokumento, pwede kayong habulin ng Canada at bawiin yung PR na yan. Sabi dito, some family members, particularly the offspring of parents who knowingly took advantage of Wang's illegal methods, are being allowed to keep their permanent resident status or citizenship on humanitarian and compassionate grounds. So that is what happened to some of the children, yung mga pinanganak na nga dito. Kailangan lang talaga umuwi ng parents nila. So, I just wonder anong magiging plano ng kanilang family. Baka dadalhin muna yung mga anak back to China, wherever they came from there, no? So, this is another reminder, guys, no? Na hindi porke meron kang anak dito na citizen, dito mo pinanganak, magagamit mo yan at ma-approvahan for sure ang iyong PR with humanitarian and compassionate grounds. No. Tignan nyo itong kasong to, no? I-retain lang yung PR or citizenship ng mga anak, pero yung kanilang parents ay pinapauwi pa rin, pinapa-deport pa rin. In decisions that have been handed down mostly in Vancouver and Toronto, tribunals are telling many of Wang's former clients that they can't pretend they didn't willingly take part in his elaborate schemes of misrepresentation. The illegal techniques adopted by Wang generally entailed falsifying passports from China, falsifying employment records to show clients worked in Canada when they didn't, and falsifying addresses in Canada to deceive immigration officials into believing they were long-term residents of the country. Aba, ang galing nitong scammer na ito, no? Nagawa niya ng paraan. Okay? Through the fake documents, pati yung residency, kumbaga inayos niya. Ito daw yung nangyari nung inimbestigahan several years ago. CBSA seized thousands of documents from Wang's office. They found in most cases Wang's clients falsely claimed they were meeting Canada's residency requirements for permanent status, which demand individuals must be physically present in Canada for 2 years within a 5-year period. You can imagine how complicated yung naging investigation dito. Kasi iba-ibang situation per client, hindi ba? For example, no, ito, mag-ina. 53 years old yung mommy, okay? Accountant daw. Sabi nung isang court ruling, kailangan ma-revoke ang kanyang PR dahil ito, she took part in falsifying records about how much time she was spending in the country. However, yung kanyang anak, ito, si Leo, can stay in Canada according to that same ruling because he had been a young child when his mother's misrepresentation took place and he has established himself by obtaining 2 degrees from Canadian universities. Okay, ito naman, iba naman ang depensa ng isang kliyente. Halimbawa, sabi dito, niloko daw siya ni Wang. Niloko siya ni Wang. Pero according to the court, no, tribunal, hindi maaari yan. Imposible. Aware ka malamang doon sa ginagawang misrepresentation sa'yo. Kasi alam mo naman, hindi ba halimbawa doon sa kaso ng residency? Alam mo naman na hindi ka qualified. Ano to, magic? Bigla kang pinagbigyan ng IRCC. So, isa pang reminder guys, para doon sa mga totoong naloko. Not all times na kapag sinabi niyo sa korte halimbawa o sa CBSA na kayo ay niloko, hindi po nila at all times kayo kakampihan sa bagay na yan. In many cases, no, talagang sasabihin nila responsibilidad mo pa rin kasi yan na alamin ang accuracy ng iyong application. So anyway, alam nyo yung isang nakakainis sa situation na to. No? Binalikan ko yung nangyari dito sa scammer na ito several years ago. So as I mentioned, 2015 siya nakasuhan, di ba? Tingnan nyo tong report na nakita ko, no? Posted to ng 2018. Habang yung kanyang mga kliyente ay kasalukuyang pinapadeport. Okay. Nakalaya na rin pala ito. Itong sinasabi nilang biggest immigration fraudster in Canadian history. Okay. After getting $10 million from people na dinala niya dito illegally, no? Ang naging sentensya sa kanya 7 years plus yung fine na 900,000, di ba? Pero sabi dito, he had to be released 1/3 through his 7-year sentence. Ano ba yan? Wala pa yatang 3 years, nakalaya na siya. O, diba? That's Canada for you. The man imprisoned for committing the biggest immigration scam in Canadian history was released on early parole, even though he had not paid more than 900,000 in fines and minimized his criminal behavior. Hindi pa wala binayaran yung $900,000. Nirelease pa rin siya on early parole. Oh my, okay. 2017, ayun. 2017 na-release na agad siya. Ito pa daw, talagang scammer, no? Ang sabi, si Wang daw, tinransfer lahat ng assets niya sa kanyang asawa to avoid CRA fines. Okay, wala ba magagawa ang gobyerno dyan? Despite Mr. Wang failing to pay the $900,000 fine, okay, despite these concerns, the parole board was compelled to free Wang after he served 1/3 of his 7-year sentence because hindi naman daw at risk of committing a violent offense, and his behavior behind bars was inappropriate. Okay, hindi naman daw mananakit, no? Kasi violent offense ang tinitignan nila, no? Ano ba yan? Wang, he was convicted of enabling more than 1,000 people to illegally obtain residency in Canada by falsifying passport entries. Ayun, tulad ng mga nabanggit natin kanina. Diba? Is that fair? Is that fair? Diba? Hindi man lang pinatapos yung 7 years. Maliban doon, pinalaya pa rin kahit hindi na-comply doon sa fine, no? Okay. Well, again, that's why many people are criticizing Canadian laws for being too lenient. What do you think about this? Let me know down there in the comment section. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!